Yeah, it's a real pleasure to be with you here, each and every person who is logged in. I believe we are logged in from different parts of the world, and that's really amazing. And I'm honored to be here to stand in the gap for my upline sponsor, Pascal Olo. And so we are going to go right in. My name is Gladys Njura. Gladys Njura lives in Nairobi, Kenya. I'm a happy Neolife partner, and I'm surely very, very excited. And I really thank God for this opportunity because this opportunity found me when I was looking. I was actually looking. So by training, I'm a high school teacher. I'm trained as a high school teacher. And when I graduated, as I was waiting for the government to give me a posting to go and teach, um, I ventured into looking for a job in the bank. I was just trying. I got a job with one of the banks in Kenya, and I was excited because to me that was my ideal dream job. I worked in the bank. It was a beautiful job. The people were awesome. It was a great experience. But as the years went by, I realized the money was not enough. It was not enough because I had a family and I had two little children. I wanted the world for them according to my capabilities. And because of wanting the best for my children, and now they are no longer children, they're adult children. My last born is a Gen Z at 26 right now. And I wanted the best for them in the best way I could. And so I realized very quickly that the salary was not enough. And so while I was there on my 5th year in the bank, I actually looked for a way to be able to earn some extra income. I actually prayed to God and I was like, God, give me something extra to do after work so that I can be able to make some additional income. For me, I was like, if I get an extra $100, I'll be happy over and above my salary, and it would help my family. And so one day, somebody very, very close to me, very, very close to me, she just asked me one question. Gladys, I've met a company from America, and I've been told we can make money and we can travel the world. Would you be interested? And of course, I said, yeah, I will be interested. And I can tell you from there on, she invited me to my first meeting I didn't attend, second meeting I didn't attend, third meeting I attended. And that changed my perspective of even how I looked at business. And so I go to this meeting, I meet a meeting where there was Charlie and Hansi Kronje, my other upline directors, and I said yes. And I quickly started the business thereafter. And I got I started making money part-time, and I started working the opportunity, just like I'll explain it to you. And as I go along, I'll give you my story because it will rhyme with the presentation. So if you're on the call and you're a guest, I want to tell you you're in a good place, especially in such a time like this in the world where everybody would want to have a second or third income. This is where it can all happen. And let me tell you, it's something that doesn't stop you from what you do. But if you pick it up and take it seriously, it can pay you a lot of money. It can give you a 6-figure income, a 7-figure income. I've traveled the world. I've gone to some exotic places courtesy of Neolife. And I've gotten amazing, amazing relationships, good friends, people who encourage me every day. They are even now my family, you know. So if you're on the call, karibu sana, welcome. Neolife is a place where they work on you to feel better, look better, and live better. And nobody in the world really can say they wouldn't want that. For me, when I had that, I was like, wow, this is it. I would like that. So moving on, just a minute. Yeah. Neolife is an international company. that was formed in America. But the reason why Neolife has lived or has been there in existence for over 67 years is because our values. You know, a value or a mission can be very important, especially when it's adhered to. So the mission of Neolife is to give everyone the power to live a healthier and happier life. It's amazing when you are happy. It's amazing when you are healthy. Who wouldn't want that? Why do we work anyway? We work so that we can enjoy life, right? So the first value is absolute integrity. The second value is people are number one. The third value is products that work, equal opportunity for all, and long-range vision. As you become part of Neolife, you realize that these things are real. They are real. And just like you can see on the screen, these are some of the things that you can get in life. Good health, fun time with family, you can work from anywhere, you can grow your income, you are taught to have good food choices and to live a healthy and happier life. So who are we? Neolife is an international company all over the world, one of the most serious and old nutrition companies. It was formed in California in 1958 and has been in operation in more than 55 countries of the world. So it is a business that has been trusted, and we say together we end the end of the end of poverty and health and disease. This is where we are represented. The green parts, as you can see all over, those are our represented areas, and you'll get to know more as we meet. So what do? We are different from the normal traditional way of doing business. You know, in the traditional way of business, we have a manufacturer, and he does not go direct to the consumer. So in between here, he has put structures. There's an advertiser, distributor, wholesaler, retailer, and then the product gets to you. So by the time the product is getting to you, you realize that all that cost has been added to you. And that's why many people remain poorer, while the people here, the manufacturers, advertisers, and distributors, they're actually very rich because we bear the burden. And of course, we know lately there's the online business. Of course, in our setup, we can take advantage of online. But basically what that means is our business is where the manufacturer, who is Neolife, goes direct to you, wherever you are, in the smallest village. If you're willing to, it can happen for you. And you can change the trajectory of that village in terms of what we are talking about: health, wellness, and all that. So it's important to know that. Now, Neolife is a manufacturing company. It was formed because of health issues. The world was concerned that people are having a lot of lifestyle diseases, chronic diseases. And so Neolife formulated products. As you can see here, there's this product called ProVitality. ProVitality was formulated because in it, we have the whole grain oils that take care of our cells. And so I'll be talking a little bit about the health part of it. We have the health of the skin. You know, it's good to have a healthy skin routine that doesn't require a lot of chemicals, because the world has become a world that is not truthful. There's so much that is not good in our skincare range of products, our personal care of product, and even the hair care. And so we are giving you a guarantee that these products for skincare are age-defying, and they are organically extracted and formulated. Then we also go to the health of the environment. We have several fantastic detergents that are just out of this world. You know, whether it's the one for washing clothes, both for hand wash and machine, whether it is for cleaning your car, your windows, your carpets, your seats, the garage, the car, the interiors. We have a lot of good products that are there. So there are many. You keep to learn as we go along. We also have a farm product called Supergrow, an amazing product that every human being needs to know, so that we can use a good product in our farms. Moving on, you have to be sure that our product have this scientific advisory board seal. It's a great seal, and it's a seal that guarantees quality. So these scientific advisory board members are people who have done a lot of clinical trials. They have published their work. And when you hear a doctor has published their work, they are very well esteemed. So they tell you don't have to worry. And if you want to learn more about our products and our scientists, please log into the Neolife University. If you go to Neolife University, there are courses there that you can do, even do a small exam, and you get certificates, and you keep understanding more about us. So I'll talk about three key things. Number one, it's about the health. You know, our health is our greatest wealth, you know, and there's no need of having a lot of money and you do not have good health. And so it's your prerogative, it's your responsibility to have good health. And Neolife has a blueprint to teach you, not just to tell you we have products. We go into details to teach you how to take care of your health from head to toe. So you need to link up with us so that you learn as much as you can and you benefit yourself and the people around you. So when we talk about health, many times when people are young, 0 years all the way to about 25, people are very energetic, 25, 30. They have a very energetic life because they are already having a set of rules by which to live by. You eat well, you sleep well, you rest well. Many times you may be under the authority of your parents. And so you find children, and then of course they are young, their cells are young, and so they live a healthy life, very energetic. But from the 30s onwards, this is where people will start now being so independent that there's no one behind your back telling you what to do. So all the things you hope to do, the junk, the relaxing, comes into play. And very quickly, people get to what we call the tired zone. And this tired zone, people can live it for years. You're not very energetic, you're not sick, but you're not at your best. And that's not good. Life is meant to be lived with a lot of energy, you know? And I thank God I met Neolife for that. When I was working in the bank, I was in my late 20s, and I was very tired. And Neolife gave me that energy I needed by teaching me how to eat and use the product. Then very quickly, people go into what we call the tired zone. The sick zone, where we see a lot of sicknesses creating a lot of havoc, health-wise, emotionally, the caregivers, the finances. It's just crazy. So if you're not careful, you might live your life more on the tired and the sick zone. But what we are saying, if you're in the sick zone or the tired zone, and you're really serious about having a good life, you can push it up to the energetic level, and you become energetic into your 80s and 90s. That's really amazing. Okay, so how do we live a healthy life? It begins by your lifestyle, you know. Here we are being told you need to exercise, you need to live an active life. Okay? You need to rest well, 6 to 8 hours. You need to take a lot of water. You need to have good environment in terms of the people you are hanging out with. And then now when it comes to choosing your eating habits, whole grains are critical. Whole grains are the grains that nothing has been removed when it's getting to the table, at your plate. So whole maize, whole wheat, whole soya, whole rice, oats, and all those kind of the whole grain family. Why? Because the germ part of it is very, very critical for our body. And I'll mention a little bit about that. Then we need a lot of fruits and veggies, where your fruits and vegetables should be between 3 to 15 servings per, 6 to 15 servings per day. And they include things like carotenoids and flavonoids and cruciferas. And that's why you need that, you need to have them wholesome, not just taking one type. When you join us, you learn more about that. And then good protein. The good proteins come from the soil, the ones that come from the soil, followed by the white meat, which is not grown organically. And then, of course, the other meats that are from the animals, they need to be taken, but sparingly. Then fats and sugars, very little in a day, extremely little. Reason because the whole grains, the fruits and veggies, proteins, they have natural fats and sugars. That are enough. But if you keep now, if you invert this pyramid upside down, you can see the way it is. It's not stable. So you find that now the fats and sugars are too much in the modern world today. And that one you include even the refined starch. Refined starch is actually sugar. And that turns into fat. And that's not good for us. And it makes the body acid, it gives you inflammation, it creates oxidation. I mean, all those sort of things that are not good for your health. And to make matters worse, the way we harvest the foods, the way we store it, the way we plant and take care of it in the farm. And so that compromises health. So what happens? We affect what we call our cells. Your body is made up of trillions and trillions of cells. And your cells need to be at a healthy state like this one. For a cell to have a healthy state like this one, the cell membrane needs to have the right nutrition, which is the oils that are from the whole grain germ, that part of the germ that germinates. And we are not having it anymore. And so you find instead of having a healthy cells, we have unhealthy cells. Nutrition can't go in the way it should and go out. So it is inhibited. So your cell is not getting the right nutrition in the cellular part of it. So nutrition, medication not coming in as it should. And the waste doesn't go out the way it should. And that's really, really dangerous. And that creates now a system, or the organs get affected. The systems get affected. And Neolife came up with a solution. So very quickly, the Neolife solution is the Tree and N. Tree and N is a supplement. It's not a substitute of food. You try to eat the best you can according to the healthy food pyramid. And because we can't be 100%, sometimes we skip meals. You have your Tree and N to come and lubricate your cell membrane and feed it at cellular level. And that ensures even the DNA is taken care of. When you have a healthy cell, you have a healthy tissue, a healthy organ, a healthy system, a healthy body. And so that's where you go back to so that you regain back to your health. Then the next thing, of course, Tree and N, by the way, it has been proven. Research has been done, and it has been proven for nutrient utilization efficiency. Then, of course, there's the carotenoid part of it. When I talked about fruits, I talked about carotenoids, flavonoids, and cruciferous. And they are good for boosting your immunity. Everybody needs to have their immunity. Your T killer cells are on point. Your fighting cells are on point. Your white blood cells, the red blood, all the cells are on point. Even the ones for creating children, they are on point. And then, of course, the oxidation, we get a lot of oxidation from free radicals out there with the way the world is today. A lot of pollution and a lot of many things in our foods and diets and our detergents that really affect us. And it's also anti-aging. When your cell is on point, you age less and you look good even as the years go by. Okay, so carotenoid is powerful, it's patented. It was formulated after many years of almost 17 years of research and formulation, and it has a guarantee of 73% boosting your immunity in exactly 20 days. Please, you need to take advantage of that. The salmon oil is fantastic. It does good for your joints, for your brain, for your sex organs, for a pregnant lady, after pregnancy, the kids, all the way up to the aged. It has so many, there has heart health, brain health, anti-inflammatory, and it is proved to reduce inflammation 68% all over the body in 6 weeks. So that's a great product right there, and it's special in its kind. It doesn't match up with what is in the market. You can take that to the bank. Then, of course, we have the Pro-Vitality. Now, the Pro-Vitality is a mix of the Tree and N, the carotenoid, the omega, and the multivitamin. 23 vitamins and minerals. And you have a power pack to kickstart your body. Everybody needs to treat themselves to Pro-Vitality. The way you buy handbags and shoes and belts and clothes, you need to give yourself that. Every one of us. Then we have the good proteins. The good proteins repair the damage. I always give an example of somebody who gets an accident. they are totally broken by the accident. And when the body repairs itself properly, you can get back to as good as new. You know, if you're not so badly off. And so that's the work of proteins. And every day you need to help the body to repair and bring in new cells that are much better. Yani, it will build new cells that are much better, and you feel. So that's a very good combo that everybody can start with. And I'm telling you, if you do that, you feel better. Remember, I talked about the look better, the skincare. I talked about the live better, including the Supergrow and the detergents. Now, very quickly, let's go to the money part of it. Because at the end of the day, we need to be entrepreneurs. After a job, because a job must come to an expiry date, has to be there. What do? Neolife offers you, they tell you, come and join us. We give you entrepreneurship at the comfort of your home. Wherever you are, if you're on holiday, you can do business. If you go to visit your parents in the village, you can do business. Online, you can do business. So Neolife tells you when you join us, you'll get extra income, either doing it part-time. But even if you're doing it part-time, be serious about it. It will give you residual income, meaning the business you put in today and tomorrow, that energy can pay you for many years to come. For some of us, we are beneficiaries of the residual income. I can tell you for sure. Then be your own boss. Being your own boss means you are in business for yourself. Even the person who brings you to the business, they are not your boss. They just guide you and tell you, they give you the experience. And you can even be better than them. Why not? You know, that's what I love about Neolife. So you control your working hours, you control how far you can go, and the risk is very minimal. Our starting pack is so small compared to what you can get. Then, of course, you'll get digital stuff. You get a website, you get a back office, you get apps for training. Like I told you, we have the Neolife University. The incentives are there. Last month, in May, I saw somebody get an incentive of 29 million. I mean, where can you get that kind of money in the world? 29 million, one person. And it gave many people all over the world. Okay, just give me a minute. I need to work on the screen. Sorry about that. Someone was messing up with the screen. So a transformative community and a mission. So without further ado, you learn all these things as we move along. Okay. So Neolife tells you come and partner with us. And partnering with Neolife is not difficult. It's very easy. One of the easiest things I've seen out there. I worked in the bank. I saw people start businesses that are very expensive, and sometimes they even go down. So the company tells you, hey, you only need to do 3 daily success habits. Success habit number 1 is you need to use the products. You need to use the products, okay? Why do you need to use the products? Because you are your best customer. You need to be healthy. You need to use good stuff. Why do you want somebody else to have such quality stuff and you don't have them? Whether you have money or not, put it in your to-do list to use the products, because we are going to show you how to make the money. So once you use the products, now you start sharing them with the people around you. Shout about them at the top of the mountains. People need these products, I can tell you for sure. And the opportunity, and then, of course, personal development. How do this translate to money? Okay, what happens is, I need to be a bit fast here. So the company tells you join, you use the products, you benefit from them. Then you start getting customers, your auntie, your cousin, your children, your grandchildren. Anybody out there needs our products, give them a shout out with whichever way you can. And you'll be able to build a customer base of 250 points. We are in over 50 world markets. We use points and they are rated in a way that you will understand when you join the business. So once you're able to do that, you start earning a small bonus plus profit. And that's a bonus of about $76 or thereabout. Take or give thereabout. So you're there, you're earning some money by yourself, and that can buy you gas, can pay electricity. Then you move on and start sharing the opportunity to your friends, your neighbors, your relatives, even a stranger, the people you meet along the way. We don't know who is looking, and that's why we tell anyone. So the people who are looking like I was looking will join the business. Others remain as customers. Others will give you referrals. And once you do that, now you duplicate yourself to these people. What a good way of networking. You know, you are able to network and you now mentor these people to also earn their money. When you are mentoring 3, 4, 5 people to earn money, your income, as you can see there, is about $136 to $200, $300. You become a senior manager. A good title, you get incentives, they are there, you learn more about the incentives. Then you move on to the third thing of duplicating yourself further by teaching those people to also teach the other people. Yani, you are empowered to become more. And everyone in your life who wants to make money is empowered to be a leader in their own way. And when they're able to lead their team and build their business, and you remember, these are not the only people you have, you'll still sponsor some other people out there. It's not just the 3 of them. You become a director, earning good profits, good commissions, and then you have very good incentives, and you're earning now an excess of $500 to even $1,000. And that's amazing. And then from there, you go to the world team. It's a very prestigious place to be. As a world team, it means you have 1 director, 2 directors, 2, 3, 4, up to 5 directors. And in that level, you're earning from $1,000 all the way to $5,000. Good money, I can tell you for sure. It can even be more than this. Some world team members earn more than that, depending with how strong your business is. And then you do the president team member. And let me tell you, along the way, we all can get here. It's just a matter of time. Can you imagine the day you become a president team member? You'll be earning like the governors, even our president team members earn more than even our presidents. Yeah, it's an amazing opportunity. We have many president's team members in Neolife, many, 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 and you can be one of them, and we can work the journey together. From there, there's a lot of traveling. Sorry, I didn't have the slides for traveling. Once you become a world team member, the company gives you lifestyle. Actually, right from director level, you are taken to the leadership school, then world team and president's team member. Every year there's a destination to go. People have gone to many exotic places over the years. And of course, and even the president's team members end up getting to better places. Like now they are preparing to go to Portugal. And next year, the world team members are going to Egypt, and anybody here can do it. So without further ado, let me invite I don't know if I'm the, yeah, let me invite Dennis, our guest speaker today. I'm telling you, this guy, I admire him a lot. He started out as a young person. He has done amazing things all the way from Uganda. Dennis has traveled the world. He's made a lot of money. He's become a leader to look out for. And let me tell you, is a real motivation. He will charge you. You won't believe it. So Dennis, over to you.
All right. Can you see me?
Yeah, you're looking good and sharp.
Thank
Yeah.
opportunity to share with the East Africans. And my prayer this evening that my story changes someone's life. My name is Tumushabe, and I'm calling in from Uganda, western part of Uganda, Mbarara. Actually, I am about 300 kilometers from here to the head office, meaning I'm not near the head office. So if some of you are near the head office, some of us are very far from the head office. So my prayer is that today you can listen, an opportunity that has changed my life. I am married to Rachel. Actually, Rachel is, I met Rachel. I was trying to prospect her to buy my soap, and she didn't buy. Now, when she delayed to buy, I decided to change the business. And I said, can we get into marriage now? She said yes. And that was about close to 10 years ago. God has blessed us. We have children. We have now three children. Our firstborn has just made 9 years. Our secondborn is 4. Our thirdborn is making 3 years next year. I joined this business when I was my senior 6 vacation. I was joining university. I am a firstborn in a family of 4. We lost our dad. In fact, my greatest reason to join this business was I wanted to go to university. My mother couldn't afford. So a friend of mine shared with me this opportunity, and I had more reasons to start than my excuses. And I said, yes. I didn't ask questions the poor people ask. I said, how can I do it? And this guy was also new. I took a leap of faith and I started. Like I said, my reason to start was that strong. I was looking at, we are born 4. I was looking at my sisters getting married to border men. Now a lady, a girl who hasn't gone to school today in this era, who can marry, it's actually those kind of class that will marry them. And that would disturb me. So I took up this business seriously. And I did it because I had no option. I did it and continued to do the business. I remember my first commission. In fact, I would go to the meetings and they tell me you can do it. I go back home I grew up with my cousins as well, my age mates, and they would discourage me. But my reason to start, my reason to continue was more stronger than anything. Every force around me was just background noise. I continued to do this business. My first commission, you're going to be paid a commission, you're going to make a lot. So as you build your business, you're going to be making profits here and there. Then I remember my first commission was about $5. That time, those commissions used to come from South Africa. And it was ordering Stanbic Bank, paid to Tumushabe Dennis, the sum of about, I've said $5 for everyone to understand. I was very, that looks little money. But to me, look, that time company was giving us, was paying us through checks. Oh gosh, that commission motivated me. I received the check when I didn't even have a bank account. I was excited. Inside me, I said, where the $5 have come from? Even $1,000, $3,000. I said, I hope I'm hard. Someone is saying, Gladys, can you hear me very well? Gladys. Someone said he's not hearing. Oh, okay, thank you. So I continued. Thank you. I continued to build this business. In fact, this business is going to work for people that are really hungry. Thank you. Hungry for success. I continue. Do you know? I went and filled the university forms when this business had not even given me enough money to take care of my university costs. But you see, where there is a will, the way is always provided. Actually, I had not gotten that money, but the money was already in my head. I was already seeing the money. So I got started. I continued building this business. Long story short, ladies and gentlemen, this business was able to take care of my university. Not only that, this business was able to help out my brothers and sisters, support them. This business was today, as I speak, I remember when I started becoming a man, I said, no. Actually, by the time my father left, he had not even built a very serious house for a man. So when I started becoming a man, I decided to leave home. I remember my first house to rent was I think I paid, I think $10, below $10. I remember I shifted on a border. The guy took me once, and I sat on the border very well with my things to a house of about less than $10. Today, of course, I continue as money continued to come. I continue advancing. I remember my last house to rent in my life was I was paying, paying about $200. Today, ladies and gentlemen, I do not rent because of this business. Being able to build, my wife and I, a residential house, a three-bedroom house in a place where rich people build. And this money has come from Neolife. Not only that, by the way, we also have some houses where people after 30 days give us money. And this money is coming from Neolife. Let me share with you our goal. Our goal, and this goal is not leaving me healthy. Our goal, we want to construct an apartment, a 3-story apartment. We promised ourselves we want to compress a goal that we'll do at 45 years to do it still when we are still not there. And that goal is actually going to take us 3 to 5 years. We are seriously working on it. And where is that money going to come from? Neolife. That money is coming from Neolife. On top of I told you, my first commission was about $5. Today, minus profits, our commission go to close to $3,000 a month. Now I won't tell you the profits because you won't believe it. But for the distributors, I will tell you that we do above 8,000 personal points. Now you can know. Our profits alone are serious. We are seriously working. On top of that, there is travel. There are some people on this call. You grew up you don't even know your country very well. You haven't even been in a 5-star hotel in your country. Now, what are you going to tell God? You are moving around, you have studied in the same country, lived in the same country, looked for a wife in the same country, working, you're dying in the same country. That if it had not been your life, that would be me. But today, I want to tell you that you have traveled. In fact, as I speak, as you are in your village, as you are on your job that you don't like most, for me, from the 18th of May, my wife and I, we were in Cape Town. And Neolife paid for us the whole week. We were in Cape Town, enjoying, eating, being driven, everything paid by Neolife. Now, to the marrieds, do you remember when you were dating that young girl? Do you remember the things you talked about? As the years are going, they continue to reduce. You promise this and this and this and this and this. But out of 10, what have you achieved? What have you delivered? Neolife has given us an opportunity to renew our marriage in these trips. Neolife has given us that honeymoon every year. Trust me, when you go and have that fun, you come when you're new, you come when you're refreshed, you come every day, you come when you know. Make that decision today. This evening, I want to speak to someone who's on this call and is tired of being broke. Are you on this call and you're tired of being broke? Debts are all over you. Where you buy your grocery, they demand you. At school, they demand you. By the way, I want to tell you today that no one should lie you that you can have a better marriage without money. That's a lie. Actually, no one loves a broke person. Even your mother doesn't love you. Things have changed. The other day, gentleman was saying that every man has a voice, but the volume is money. So if you're here and you're still sleeping, you could be on this call, you're on that job, you're paid us $1,000. How can a man settle? You wake up every morning, iron, put on, and you, year one, year two, you settle for $1,000, $2,000, a man who has dreams. How? Like how? Now I'm talking about people earning $1,000, $2,000. How about you who is unemployed? How about you who is still eating your parents' food and you finish school? Make the decision today. The world is changing. The world is changing. There's an opportunity, embrace it. I want to talk to my fathers and mothers here, especially distributors who are my fathers and mothers. We need to get serious and take this opportunity seriously. If you want your children to join you, some of us are demotivating our children by earning little money. I want you to get tired. I want you to get mad today. Tell me that your daughter will go to search for a job. You join the Neolife opportunity and you're earning $5,000, 100,000 US dollars, and your daughter is going to finish campus and go look for a job. You know what? You know what is available? What's available today in the market? Your child finished school. He has to also go through the other years of looking for a job. In fact, some of your daughters and sons have been sexually harassed because they want a job. They want jobs. Your daughter is working but being sexually harassed. Now tell me that your daughter finishes school, but finds you have everything. You have the money. Neolife is paying you above $5,000, and they will go to look for a job. This evening, I want to speak to unserious distributor to wake up. To wake up. You're a man who, you see, you can't even speak very well when you're broke. No one should lie. You can't. Everything good, you want to quarrel because you're broke. Actually, in my area, you can't even give advice when you're broke. But what can you do? You guys do weddings. There's a, You guys do weddings. But a guy who didn't come for the wedding meetings but sent good money, and you who attended without contributing, you can't be remembered. Remembered of what? You can't have good ideas when you're broke. You can't. You are comfortable in a landlord's house. Every year you celebrate Christmas in a landlord's house. What are you celebrating? You're in a landlord's house. You're renting. I want you to, in fact, after this meeting, I want you to have a meeting with yourself. We have got to change. And this evening, I want to speak to distributors that have logged in. We have got to change, give our Neolife opportunity a name, a good name. Everyone should look at our opportunity. But you joined, and you look like you need like an opportunity. You joined, you're broke. You have a debt on phone, you have a debt in the bank, you have a debt everywhere. If that describes you, today you don't even need to sleep. You need to have a fellowship in your sitting room in that landlord's house. Have a meeting with yourself and say, God, what do I really want? How long am I going to stay in this landlord's house? How long am I going to be behind my bills? You haven't paid fees. Do you know that when you're broke, even a family meeting that now they can't even invite you? They invite you to do what? In fact, they say, hey, Dennis, let's go on. We shall tell Dennis, because you're broke. But your brother, your sister who's very rich, the family meeting cannot go on before being consulted. It can't go on. We need to make the money. We need to get paid and more. And if you don't want, you're going to read us. Some of us are tired. Like me, I'm tired. In fact, I reduced on my sleeping hours. I have seen people 50 years, someone retiring, you're even retiring in a rented house. Retiring. Someone retiring, and when you retire, the bills don't retire. In fact, they go up. You didn't have pressure and diabetes. Now you're a month. The grandchildren are not going to come to your home because you're broke. They're not going to send them to the grandpa. The grandpa, they know you see. I'm to tell you, if you're broke, have you realized that you don't have very many people calling you? Your relatives, they are not calling you. When you're broke, even your relatives, you don't have very many relatives. But when you have money, oh, you're here, oh, so, hello, my daughter. Oh, this is your auntie from here, because you're rich. So if you've been wondering why your relatives are not calling you, it's because you're broke. I want you to get tired and decide today we go and make money. Neolife has the money. Me, I've told you, I am tired. And I am tired on the $5,000. I'm not telling you profits, I'm tired. But go for you, you're tired on what? $500. Some of you are on this call and you're earning $300. And you wake up in the morning to shower and dress up and go to work. Go to work. So if you're tired, I want you, in fact, I want you to go the first thing I want you to do, if you're a distributor and you're already in this business, tonight, Extend your sleeping hours. Extend your sleeping hours. Have a meeting with yourself. And be branding you today. And if you've just joined you've joined the call today, I want you to do two things. One, thank the person who has invited you. For me, the guy who invited me, the only thing I do for him is to pray for him every day. I say, Lord, thank you for using this gentleman to share with me this opportunity. So thank him. Number two, don't ask questions poor people ask. Say, I want to start. How much? In fact, if you're in this call, you pay little money. If you're in this call and you don't have the money, you'll be told to pay. You are the best candidate for this opportunity. Borrow or sell a phone or do what? Sell anything, and you start. Ladies and gentlemen, if this business has worked for me, how about you who's already a graduate? How about you who's already has a job? Make a decision and start. Make a decision and start. Your life will never be the same again. Thank you very much, and may God bless you. My prayer, as we go to Cairo in May next year, I want you to meet me and give me a hug and say, Dennis, I made it to Cairo because of your meeting you had. Take this seriously, and we'll go and make money and change the world. Thank you very much, and may God bless you.